Let me ask you something most people don't think about until it starts happening to them. Why do legs that used to feel strong suddenly start feeling different after 60? Not in a dramatic way, but in small moments. Standing up from a chair takes a little more effort. Stairs don't feel as effortless as they used to, and walking the same distance you've always walked somehow feels more tiring than before. Now here's what most people assume. It's just aging, but what if that's only part of the story? Because what many people don't realize is this. Two people can be the exact same age, but feel completely different when it comes to strength, balance, and stability. So the real question is, what's actually driving that difference? And more importantly, can food play a role in how strong your legs feel every day? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why some foods quietly support the systems your legs depend on, and why others may not be doing enough at all. The real reason legs start to feel weaker. Most people assume leg weakness starts suddenly with age, but in reality, it builds slowly over time. So slowly that you don't notice it at first. It often starts with small things, like standing up feeling slightly slower than before. Then stairs start requiring a bit more effort. Then longer walks don't feel as natural anymore. And because it happens gradually, most people don't question it. They just think, this is normal aging. But here's what's important to understand. Your legs aren't just powered by age. They're powered by what your body is able to maintain over time. And one of the biggest factors affecting that is how well your body supports muscle maintenance as the years go on. Because every time you stand, walk, or climb stairs, your body is relying on systems that need constant support. And that brings us to the first food. Food number 1, EGGS. The first food might already be in your kitchen right now, but many people underestimate it. Eggs. Now most people think of eggs as just a simple source of protein. But after 60, protein becomes more than just nutrition. It becomes part of how your body maintains everyday strength. Because over time, your muscles don't respond to nutrients as efficiently as they used to. So the same diet that once felt enough may not support you the same way anymore. And think about this. Every time you stand up, your muscles are working. Every step you take, your muscles are working. Even small adjustments to keep your balance, all muscle-driven. But here's something most people don't think about. Muscles don't work alone. They rely on signals, timing, and coordination inside your body. And if that system isn't working smoothly, even normal movement can start to feel harder. And that brings us to something even more important than muscles alone. Food number 2, fatty fish. Most people think weak legs are just a muscle issue. But that's not the full picture, because every movement you make is actually a coordination between your brain, your nerves, and your muscles. It's a communication system. And when that communication becomes less efficient over time, movements can feel slower, balance can feel slightly off, and your steps may not feel as stable as they used to. That's where fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel become interesting. They contain omega-3 fatty acids that support brain and nerve health. And while that might not sound directly related to your legs, it absolutely is. Because if the signals between your brain and muscles slow down even slightly, your body feels it in movement first. But here's what makes this even more interesting. There's another system involved in strength that most people completely overlook. And it often shows up in a very simple feeling. Heavy, tired legs. Food number 3, spinach. Now let's talk about something many people underestimate. Circulation, because even if your muscles and nerves are working properly, they still need a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients to function well. That's why circulation matters more than most people realize. Spinach is one of those foods that often gets overlooked, but it contains natural compounds and minerals that support healthy blood flow in the body. And when circulation isn't working as efficiently as it should, you might notice something subtle at first. Your legs feel heavier than usual. They tire faster during simple activities, and movement doesn't feel as light as it once did. But here's the important part. Circulation alone isn't the full explanation either. Because there's another reason strength starts to change over time, and it has to do with something your body depends on every single day. Food number 4, Greek yogurt. Now this one surprises a lot of people. Greek yogurt, it seems simple, but it plays an important role in daily nutrition after 60. Because one of the biggest challenges with aging isn't just eating food. It's how consistently your body gets what it needs throughout the day. Many older adults believe they're eating enough protein, but the real issue is that the body doesn't always use it as efficiently as it used to. So even with a good diet, strength can still slowly decline over time, because maintaining muscle isn't just about building it. It's also about preventing gradual loss. And that brings up an important question. If protein, nerves, and circulation all matter, what happens when your body simply runs low on energy during the day? Food number 5, sweet potatoes. Sometimes weak legs aren't just about muscles or nutrients. They're about energy. Have you ever noticed something like this? You start walking and feel fine at first, but after a while, your legs start feeling more tired than expected. That's where energy availability becomes important. Sweet potatoes provide complex carbohydrates that release energy more steadily over time. And they also contain minerals like potassium that support normal muscle function. So instead of quick spikes and crashes, your body gets a more steady supply of fuel for movement. But here's the interesting part. Even if your body has protein, energy, circulation, and nerve support, there's still one final piece that ties everything together. And that's what most people completely overlook. Food number 6, beans and lentils final reveal. The final food might be the most overlooked of all. Not because it's rare, but because it's so common that people underestimate it. Beans and lentils. Now at first glance, they don't look like anything special. But what makes them interesting is what they bring together. Not just one nutrient, but several working at the same time. They provide plant-based protein for muscle maintenance, fiber for overall body support, and important minerals that help multiple systems function together. And here's the key idea. Most people focus on one nutrient at a time when thinking about strength. But the body doesn't work that way. Strength depends on multiple systems working together consistently over time. And that's exactly where foods like beans and lentils quietly make a difference. But there's one final mistake that prevents many people from seeing results. The mistake many seniors make. One of the biggest mistakes is expecting fast changes. People hear about a healthy food. They try it for a few days, and when nothing feels different immediately, they assume it's not working. But your body doesn't work on that kind of timeline. Strength, balance, and mobility are built gradually, through consistent habits over time. Another mistake is relying on one superfood, while ignoring overall movement and daily habits. Because no single food can replace an active lifestyle. The good news is, small consistent improvements do add up. And that leads to something important. Final takeaway, emotional closure. If you remember only one thing from this video, let it be this. Weak legs after 60 are rarely caused by one sudden change. They're the result of multiple systems slowly becoming less efficient over time. Muscles, nerves, circulation, and energy. But the important part is this. Your body is still responsive, even now, which means the choices you make today are still part of how you'll feel tomorrow. Not overnight, but over time. And in the end, this was never just about food. It was about something much bigger. Staying steady, staying active, and protecting your independence for as long as possible. Because the real goal isn't just stronger legs. It's the freedom to keep living life on your own terms.